Keep that deep breathing going, Blue Otter fans. Your team is one map out from heading to relegation after stage 1 of North American Challengers. It's a battle for who's got the best battering ram here on Breeze. As the desk mentioned, both teams making changes of different sizes, but ultimately, Marks, it seems like we want to see a bunch of stacks do a bunch of damage, make them fall like an Angry Birds tower.
It's like, you say like deep breaths, and I am going in there right now because I prepped Blue Otter here, and then to see that last map kind of happen the way that it did, especially with the changes that Blue Otter kind of changed around. Generally speaking, I'm a fan of the chamber, but they're falling back into something that doesn't feel as practiced. And really, we are seeing ADG swap their comp up here, but actually this is the exact same composition that they won with in that last time that they faced Blue Otter for the Fun Haver tournament that just happened here. So this is a familiar look from them, while Blue Otter are the one changing everything up to try a new idea. And for me, that leaves a little bit of movement, a little bit of space for this to be a little bit more scary for Blue Otter.
If it ain't broke in the weekly mid-season tournament, don't fix it. Good watchdogging from Sacred to make sure that door can't be flush. Now you just have 2 prongs of the battle to worry about, and Bob no longer on chamber. Debates letting off the intel on one of them, but instead she'll just hold off 3. Maybe she is basically chamber anyway.
When did chamber have a bow?
Onto the spike. Heartless holding the defuse, 399 holding the sight line, and Blue Otter split responsibility thanks to a certain someone once again happening to do what she does best on this new agent, which isn't entirely new for Bob. I mean, Bob has played Sova before, but yeah, definitely one of the major switch-ups we've seen coming into this match, and a big change of responsibility, despite the fact that we're still, you know, rocking with Bob to grab as many kills as she can.
Yeah, I'd like to credit Winthrop University for really bringing back in this chamber meta that we're seeing so many different teams in VCL try and field, because they were really the ones in that Ascension tournament last year who really popularized the chamber. But sometimes it is better to just go back to basics. And once again, the Bob highlight onto this Sova. Obviously, the frags always are going to look impressive on the kill feed. It's going to look nice and flashy. But the bigger question comes down to how a lot of that utility gets used, especially on a nice wide open map like Breeze. Already, Hugh, getting a little bit of information, but Bob fragging yet again, takes Chaotic down nice and early on here. Tuzi's going to have a lot to deal with as the offense is coming in fast.
Yeah, misses him in the slipstream, so that requires Bones to be the one to make the distance, and yeah, Tuzi is keen to it. That should be all of the really interesting stuff ADG gets to do this round, but still a minute to go. T-Dog is creative. We'll see what he can come up with here. But, I mean, so far, yeah, I mean, no notes for how Blue Otter is approaching this comp and what they want to do. They still want to keep it so everybody can be their own sort of raid boss, but at the same time, they want to be able to scale such a gargantuan map to be able to make their notably weak defense across all maps, but especially Breeze, a little less disheartening.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, what a round. This one just kind of fell on its face with a little bit of a TP in there from Bones, and at that point, it's just Blue Otter being able to play Vanguard, make sure that no one is going to be able to move into the site. They do a good job at keeping everything nice and easy and in control, while ADG are kind of left scrambling, wondering what they really can do here. So great openers from Bob once again, just really playing a pseudo chamber role right now, being able to find those long range kills to really set the map off on, set the round off on the right foot for Blue Otter. But now it's going to be rifles in the hands of ADG. They're looking for that fast aggressive play here, and are going to be met right in front of Blue Otter here.
Straight in front of it, and Hugh has his back turned just enough for 399 to see, and now you've implanted Zoe stole, but Bones able to jump it. And that's the go button to go in on this toxic screen that is now running dry. 399, once again the next checkpoint. Heartless on the off angle from the doors. Yet again, it's a piecemeal frag, but just bits and pieces of ADG's bodies are giving themselves away to an easy defensive hold. And that, again, I mean, even dropping 2, looked like Blue Otter had more than enough contingencies to deal with it. That's a bonus swept away.
I was going to say, like, you know, the operator gets brought into the middle of all of this, and this is just kind of a really big cluster happening at that A site. And yeah, in the midst of all of it, when you see ADG move in there, all of the members are looking only towards the back of the site, allowing for an opportunity for, what do you call it? I think it was Heartless to be able, Heartless to be able to navigate their way into it and allow the rest of Blue Water to slowly move in, completely unaware from ADG, allowing for that gap to happen just because of that gap, just because of that spacing. It's nice and easy for Blue Water to clean that one up. Gonna be pistols yet again coming out from ADG. Gonna try and make something happen here, but Zostal nice and far forwards, looking for it and not able to find the spray down. Hugh gets that punish and will be able to get the rifle.
Yeah, safely standing atop that wall. ADG could reproc it when the retake comes through. They're the ones who have the backup plans. Heartless gets to Hugh before it procs, though. Hunter's Fury out from T-Dog quite early just to clear the board and waste some time, and it might be enough to thwart this retake already. You still have so much space to make up and not much time on the spike left to take it. 399, the first point of contact on the swing with the op as well. None of it looks like it can be put together, and still they try to wander forward. Still, 399 will at least grab his, but that'll be all, and ADG will nab a Thrifty to get on the board.
Kind of a crazy round coming in that time. It's just ADG really holding their ground. I was going to comment on the fact that some of that utility for the spike came a little bit early, in my opinion. We see the shock dart being comboed there with the snake bite, and you know, there's no indication of anybody trying to defuse it, but it stalls things out just for a second, reveals the positions, and ADG playing to their strengths, playing for those individual push-ins, playing to find those kills. So Blue Water, they go down a single round. Could be 2 ultimates online for ADG and 2 ultimates online on the other side. Sacred only finding a leg shot, I believe, there. So Heartless still alive while Tuzi takes Bones out nice and dirty.
Oh, 399 with those knives out. Got to keep him out for Sacred, who can nab the op kill and tries to turn on the Tuzi next. Quick response times from both sides as this spike still remains in limbo. It's ADG that have all the ability to move around, but it's still Blue Otter with the personnel and the Hunter's Fury in tow.
Silent as a mouse. Great job from Tuzi. Doing a great job. Kind of making sure they can't just walk in onto that B site. We've seen a lot of plays being made happen on that A site, but when it comes to B, Tuzi on this Viper has been so pivotal. Usually supported by Bob, playing some of those longer range angles. Once again, not as flashy, but it's nice and easy. And Hugh gets spotted out there, so we'll have to back up. All the meanwhile, though, T-Dog has slowly made his way over to that A site. Won't have any smokes to kind of back up, so they need to make sure to clear everything out. But Blue Otter will have the numbers advantage here, and could potentially make this a nice and easy round if they're able to take Hugh out before they start to go for that retake.
Already so much time lost just by having to make the trek. And you don't have your 2 most mobile players to even make some noise in the beginning.
A lot of util here either for the side of Blue Water, but actually Bob with Hunter's Fury?
Huh. For the pure intel, but it's just like, it's so piecemeal that you still have to do so much clearing anyway. I think she was just hoping for a bit of chip damage. Yeah, I mean, you can just walk out of the smoke. That's a freebie T-Dog with the shock dart. That'll stall the rest of the timer. There's no more time for Bob to make it the spike. Blue Otter probably should have walked another like 15 meters closer before they even thought about using that Hunter's Fury, let alone engaging, period.
Bringing back one of the words that the desk said at the top of this match was disjointed. It really felt like that time around, Blue Water a little bit more disjointed on this retake. Obviously, we see these early engagements. It's always such a clash of these 2 teams right off the rip. It's in these later rounds, you know, the clock working barely against Blue Water that time. I have to question the use of the Hunter's Fury in the midst of all of that, but you see the other members of Blue Water kind of split themselves off, and then ADG just have to kind of play nice and patiently. Make that work out nice and easy. Chaotic Outlaw in hand. Could be early information here, but this time 399 not going super aggressive, Heartless going to be the person doing it.
399 with that counter frag. And yet again, it's a question of his ADG attempt to collapse on top of that. Do they feel as comfortable pumping up the gas as Blue Otter does? Not when they've been able to stall enough for 2 members of B. Now make it 3 with that TP to hop on easily. Even still in the slipstream, 399 does catch his own wind.
That operator in the hands of 399 has just been so deadly. Looking for yet another, but Sacred able to find it, which will allow this pick to get online so far forwards. This also doesn't even know it, but landed a shot actually onto that Viper.
Gonna launch that convergent pads on the re-entry, and Sacred is not ahead of it, but he's also turned onto it the very last second. Heartless does manage to make that work. Right into the refract. T-Dog doesn't even waste a bullet taking care of it. A 1v1, Zolstol having the space. And a star. Recon bolt gonna get thrown in. Zolstol doesn't have time to get to half. Now the shock. All that's left is the gun. And T-Dog gets pressured and shot down by Zolstol. Taking advantage of every inch you can get is what gets you ahead and keeps you in Challengers North America. Blue Otter up 4-2.
It just feels like there are so many individual moments that are kind of going on here. And on the desk, they highlighted this as well, right? Like, if they can just up their communication a bit more, then this can feel a bit better. But once again, it almost feels like it's every man for themselves on both of these teams there.
Wee bit.
And especially with those ultimates getting popped, it really solidifies that for me. I mean, Sacred using it so far forwards, buying the team a bit more space, and then Heartless kind of using the convergent paths and expecting to find those kills, allowing for that push through from T-Dog to happen. 399, though, under so much pressure, has to back up. Tuzi in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Oh, finds Hugh first up. Now Tuzi has the extra checkpoint, and Blue Otter have all of the players they need here to be able to just easily take this down. Speed run of a flawless round 7. That makes this Blue Otter defense still nigh impenetrable for ADG so far. And like you said, it feels like everyone is kind of playing for themselves, but when everyone can individually manage more than just themselves, it does work out. Yeah, I mean, if you give 399 4 different opportunities to peak with the operator, at some point something's gonna go right. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of setup that Blue Otter can use to knock down ADG.
Yeah, and it's just that kind of like backpedaling that we see from both teams, or sorry, from those 2 members on that B site that allows for that opportunity for it to come through. 399 this time, very far forwards, but Heartless losing that battle is not how you want to start it. So a nice easy plant here, so quick from ADG.
Man, they're getting in front of the screen. This is so odd, but T-Dog with the Hunter's Fury, it's all to try to get that chase down with the ultimate damage, but ultimately it only nabs that chip onto Zolstol. So ADG still have to battle a hell of a lot as they make it back on, and 399 just walking it down with this operator, continuously finding opening and closing frags for the fight. Bones trying to get in the middle of it, but Bob shuts that down too. And it's yet again, certainty upon certainty for Blue Otter. Time to spare, people to kill. Still more than enough resources to make this defense dominant.
Yeah, it's just like that time around. Last round, we got to see what happens when they play a good defense, you know, backing up, buying that time and all that type of stuff. And then this time, the retake is just so clean from Blue Otter. They just completely push in there and mitigate anything that's going to happen. And a lot of it right now is coming down to 399 being so sharp with that operator in hand. When it comes down to this individualistic playstyle, Tuzi, we're going to pretend that we didn't see that. I'm not sure if that was intentional. I'm going to say no. But when it comes down to this individual play style and kind of really, the numbers advantage is going to be the strongest thing here for both of these teams. The fact that we're seeing consistent value come from 399 makes it so much easier for Blue Otter to be able to win these rounds as Heartless already going in deep just on the other side of that pit. But Tuzi's still going to be holding this one as the wraparound happens on that A site.
Options are at a minimal thanks to the pit, but with the space that ADG grabbed, again, reactively, but quickly, that's just how they roll. They're able to get the plant. Please do tempt 399 again. No, it'll get pushed with the drift. Certain about the position, and even so, he keeps on firing. T-Dog is on 3 HP. And he still manages to grab Tuzi in the pit. That shuts down all of the space that Blue Otter had previously maintained, and will now force the rush from Zoe and 399 back onto site. With the help of the Cosmic Divide, that will divide T-Dog and Chaotic away. Heartless can deal with not both of them. 399 there to help though, and Hugh stands alone, can't even deal with 399. Another 3K, continuing to top frag and lead Blue Otter to a 7-2 half so far.
All right, obviously, we can't hear the comms in the middle of these rounds, right? We don't know what the players are saying there, but I'd like to think that that round demonstrates that a bit more communication is necessarily happening there. Heartless, you know, not able to find that. It's looking a little bit dicey. T-Dog has been doing an excellent job at just playing that corner, is able to find Tuzi in the midst of all of that, still being such a pain. And yet, Heartless does not push out any further, understands that that position is so difficult to be able to hold, just instead swings out there, takes out another member on that team, and allows 399 plenty of time to swing in together with the backup, and the cavalry just completely knocks the door down there, and Heartless, never mind, goes right in and goes down.
A little bit of an opposite setup here with Heartless once again, all on his shoulders, but don't worry, Bob and 399 have got it from here. The two most reliable fraggers across the entirety of this stage, continuing to lead the charge. But every prong of Blue Otter still understands how much weight could fall on them at any moment, and Tuzi on this Viper knows that more than anyone. Ready to take on that offside at any given moment, and will do it to secure a complete lack of offensive ability from ADG. Yet again, only 2 rounds to find some.
It's crazy how these moments are showing themselves. Like, they just don't bother checking it. And once again, Bob was having a pop-off first start of this map, but since then hasn't really been finding those first kills, right? And so, to be fair, ADG might not have known the positioning of where Bob is going, but at the same time, you gotta do your due diligence to check those corners. Otherwise, you're letting Blue Otter walk away with 3 kills. Speaking of, it's going to be a somewhat aggressive push here. A convergent pass already online.
Very glad that Chaotic is still going for that. Deserves to, despite the unfortunate performance so far. Nailing that Sheriff Dink is a huge start that also allowed ADG to flush out a lot of the Blue Water util to try to punish that, but they once again maintain distance for just long enough. T-Dog really understanding how to play with that clock and the minutia of these team fights.
Take flight.
Now the owl drone to scope out Bob. Decoy is going to be the thing that flushes her out, and so it's the rest of the patrol that has got to do the heavy lifting. And the gun diff gives Heartless 4. After not nailing the lurk the previous round, that is a surefire way to get your morale fully back in tow, and Blue Water's up 9-2.
I'm gonna be so real. The saturate is one of the funniest pieces of utility for me.
Pretty silly.
Because it's just like, we've seen so many plays. Obviously, if you're watching VCT, you know how the Waylay kind of plays, where you just kind of fly in there, drop the saturate at your feet, and then recall out immediately. But if you catch a couple of people with the saturate, and then they just enter into slow motion halfway through jumping in the air, it's just so silly, but more or less will guarantee that Waylay will be able to find the kill. Heartless doing a good job at not playing as aggressive that time around. Has been doing a bit more better with that disciplined play, which I think, okay. I feel like at this point, Tedrick, I should just stop talking about it.
You had a great point.
Temper,
Keep going.
You know? Oh, brother.
It's a tough balance that Heartless has had to strike on this duelist today.
Yeah.
But I think, as with all 4 of these other players, it's they really do feel best when it's them and a room of 4 players they gotta kill. They just see red. Those are the moments that they shine. Among that, you know, you see how they fare. Tuzi, first to meet it. Bob can provide the easy leg up. And we'll duck back out. Head back to the 1 stack. Chaotic. Gonna be running into this site from the door. 399 holding it down from the pyramid. Grabbing the first as always, and is able to almost get away. Hunter's Fury to help chase it down, but the spray will do so anyway. Now Bones and Chaotic far forward to allow for this spike to finally get on site.
And now it's going to be this 3v4 scenario. Finally, the spike goes down here. Bob does have the Hunter's Fury. Wonder if this is going to be one of those preemptive Hunter's Furies retakes yet again.
Yeah, there it is. All the escort and Zosol, who falls immediately in chaotic back up to the high ground, still can't dodge that ulti. And Tuzi finds Bones sitting in this smoke, so it's a 2v2. Still time to take it. You gotta check for Hugh. Such a long form position he can take. T-Dog, yeah, it doesn't matter how much you know about the fact that he's here. What matters is Hugh's ability to be able to sandwich that, and they do. So ADG, that is a fine round to get them to a 3-9 half here as they can take their own attack, or take their defense now. And again, Marks, I mean, they were the ones who made these switches. They were the ones who have the film to study back against this team that they just lost to in a far less consequential position.
Yeah.
The stars are aligned to still make this a 2-0 match.
It truly is here. And, you know, they have a very unconventional attacking style. If you watch the last map, you're watching this map as well, then you know that ADG like to kind of go exploring a little bit more, right? Like they're taking unconventional swings, unconventional site takes, and they're not afraid to do something similar on the defense based on, hey, curious to see how they want to make this defense happen here. Obviously, a bit of a score difference on this map, but like you said, they're still not out of it. They beat Blue Otter last time 2-0 in that series outside of VCL, and they're looking to make sure that they let them know that they can do it again.
Well, Blue Otter can amp it up, and the two solos that defend are very easily taken care of. 399 just walked it down, had a lot of help with that snake bite in the corner toss, but really still felt kind of minimalistic here. Bones, I mean, that's just intuition. Raw game sense, truly.
Still a paranoia available.
Take the space back. It's not linear, so you can get ahead of it, and Blue Otter does. Still, though, you have the personnel to deal with the problem. Zostol in the Cubby finally reveals himself, turns this to a 2v1, and T-Dog...
Okay.
Did he have his gun out? Surely he did, right? Or he's pulling it out?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I'm not 100% sure about that,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna say
I wasn't
T-Dog.
100% sure either, so I was asking you.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I mean, the take was what you were asking about, and I mean, Blue Otter got that. ADG just need to be quicker to the reaction, which is, you know, what we always say about him.
Yeah, and well, one of the things that I'm noticing on Blue Otter right now is 399 really heating up. If you watch that last map, 399 got swapped over onto that Sentinel role, was playing the Killjoy, which really felt strange if you ask me. Now that we're seeing 399 put back onto this Jet, the value that's been coming through has just been so clear for Blue Otter. Obviously on that defense with the operator, but doing a great job at leading the charge and finding a double kill to open things up. Already moving in here. T-Dog under a lot of pressure as Blue Otter make their way in on site.
Yeah, so close to this as the rest of the team kind of just walks into it. This is spread halvesies, but it's not a force. So ADG can't close the distance. They can't play the util game. They can't, could have backed out and played for a 5v5, right?
Oh, Sacred looking to drop a couple of the weapons out of Blue Otter's hands. I like the way that Blue Otter played that one. Even before the spike goes out, they know they have the weapon advantage. Play the buddy system, push out, find those kills before ADG can even get set up, making this map seem like it should be a shoe-in. And looking closer and closer towards Road. Sacred, once again, trying to find that kill, but Tuzi finds it. Make sure that there will be two Guardians and a Vandal, actually, carried over into this next round for Blue Otter here.
Yeah, this is a good carry to be able to kind of elongate the round if you don't find your immediate trigger. Because I don't think ADG is going to try and condition these early pickoffs on A main and the B door with the snipers like we saw Blue Otter do as often. Yeah, it's all rifles and nobody immediately on top of spawn here. Only my jump on.
I thought about Blue Otter is just how streaky of a team they are.
Oh yeah,
watching
so
some of the previous
momentum-based.
maps, like it's crazy. And once again, we're seeing the exact same thing.
And on top of it, Bones able to stick a fork in it, forces the refract, so everybody's back. Tuzi's already going through spawn right now. And the rest of Blue Otter will shortly follow suit. Hugh is way up on this though. Could easily catch it. It's not watched. Yeah, tough timing.
And honestly, this enables this position to be able to find just a bit more value. Bob, so trying to keep them honest, Make sure that they know that there could be a little bit of pressure on A side. They're not quite done yet, but Hugh still has such a great position here on this defense and can really find something if Heartless doesn't find it first.
Checked. Hugh takes it. Zoe can't turn on to both. Chaotic gets the trade. Yeah, that's exactly how they wanted it to go. Good stuff from Azure Dragon. Playing their territory.
I'm not saying Chaotic baited Hugh there. However,
no.
definitely was playing first contact and then swung out afterwards to secure the kills. It was a tactical decision, right?
Extremely.
Oh boy. Well, Spike gets rescued at least.
Up goes Tuzi, Chaotic. First point. Yep. 10 seconds, and now we know where Bob is, because she had to check the window of that door. Everybody come say hi. So Chaotic 2 away from knives. Keeping 4 rifles for ADG here as well. Structure is set as long as you continue to get those like early denial pieces, which it seems like ADG are fine with not necessarily like completely digging into those once they found them. You really just dig your feet in to the remainder off a 4v5 and just hold down the sights off that individual talent. The same sort of way the Blue Otter wanted to do with 5.
And it's one of those things, right? Like a good adaptation from ADG, understanding that Blue Water, yeah, they're just kind of running it down. So hold Bones nice and close with that paranoia. Make sure that they can punish it, and it completely just kind of foils the plan that Blue Water had on that offense. And beyond that, Bones steps forward and is able to find a nice, easy kill as Chaotic so far forwards on B that at least guarantees that space and knowledge.
Yeah, just Blue Water trying to get forward here. Get that shotgun some value, but instead, nobody able to really get too far in, and the window of time is already gone. And the guy with the rifle was all the way over there, huh? All right, so that's the cleanup from ADG. That is the dimensional drift now from Hugh, actually very importantly, who is very universal that round as well, setting up the individual early presence with the pushback from Chaotic to clear B main like lickety split so they could be prepared for this very quick A take that Blue Water went for that round. And now he's gonna be able to kind of just be anywhere and everywhere at the same time instead of just faking it with the decoy.
Which is also kind of a scary prospect for Blue Water, right? Because you look at the kill feed right now, right? Like you look at the ADG side, 16 kills for Hugh. The next highest is Sacred with only 9. And given the fact that 399 has once again been the main person being able to move in there and find those kills, Hugh has the firepower to kind of go right back against this jet. But fast entry yet again on the side of Blue Water.
Saturate does end up getting the value because 399's already on the site. Go figure. Rest of it will make it work. Cosmic Divide on top to guarantee enough time for Zostal to not only get on the site, but plant the spike. Chaotic is dying to hop in there, but the tailwind's going to expire before he can make that call, and the rest of ADG hops back on. And they do not have any ults to counteract this. They've just got to wait things out, get that well dry, and then counteract it. Zostal, tough pocket to work with. Chaotic and Bones circumvent and take over.
Oh,
Bob
boy.
found by the recon dart as well. And that is the last guarantee that they could hope to hold on to get this round intact. Instead, T-Dog's just gonna hold that spike with impunity. Blue Otter, they are momentum-based indeed, and it's ADG that have the momentum.
ADG somehow find all those kills? That's kind of crazy to me, if I'm being honest there. I really liked the take that we saw Blue Water do. It felt a lot more coordinated with how Heartless flew in. 399 kind of following it up. The Saturate landing exactly how you want it. That's how you want to play your Waylay in some of these double duelist compositions. But they simply just can't hold on to the rope after the spike goes down there. ADG, without like a lot of utility, if I'm being honest, just raw gun duels and raw swings, take out all the far members who are playing watch from afar. And as a result of that, Blue Water have no defense left over. So a great round from ADG as they're slowly clawing their way back into this map.
So a total lack of timeouts here, especially in such a pivotal round where it seems like they want to go for something off of the ult cycle with the knives coming out from 399. They don't land a thing, and so there was probably the opportunity that they were hoping for, maybe to get Bob a Hunter's Fury or Tuzi the Viper's Pit on top of that spike plant, but everything's falling apart on top of this site. Tuzi can at least grab one more, but Hugh, nice. That's a fun way to get that last double kill. Pump, pump. Now it's 11-7. ADG continuing to maintain momentum. Now the ult and cycle themselves. Hugh has another dimensional drift, guys. 20-15-1. What? Ridiculous.
Pad those stats, Hugh. Once again, like, one of these teams getting eliminated out of this match. I think right now one of the difficulties Blue Water is having is they're not able to flash their way in onto the site. You know, they're really relying on a lot of that pressure from Heartless to be able to fly in, identify the members, and then get the information and allow 399 to kill. But the thing is that they just don't have that flash power. So they're walking in, and these crossfires become so much more dangerous because all the members of ADG can just put their crosshairs right at the entrance.
It's the second or third full hit on a shock dart that T-Dog has managed to land on Bob. And Heartless, his full health pool is now gone. Blue Water, yeah, full frontal assault with the help of the Viper screen. Play what you know.
Okay.
And now there's that Hunter's Fury to clear the board. Does manage to find Bones' entire pool. They do have the opportunity to play the pit on this, but already revealed. Sacred just walking it down. What? Screen's about to cycle back down, and so the pit goes up in response. This feels mistimed. Yeah, Tuesday's just out in the open. Dog, you gotta pull it up sooner. Even so, Zoe and Bob make it work. Oh man, can you take that over, man? Can you take it over for me? I really don't want to talk about that round.
Oh man, and on the UI as well, it showed that Tuesday still had the ultimate, but no, is in fact taken out. I'm not calling that a zoning ult, I'm calling it a bait ult, which worked out perfectly because it handed over a plate of false confidence, let's call it, to ADG to think that they could move in there. But all the meanwhile, all the members of Blue Water in that post plant were still just holding those crossfires. This is something else, man. But you know what? At the end of the day, Blue Water use their ultimates and are able to steal away yet another round as they all have rifles. Zostal does have the Cosmic Divide available, and they're going to be scaling right off that thing.
Yeah. Wow, they're like perfectly aligned, too. It means you get vulnerable as you go. Okay, Heartless, there's that aggression you're looking for. Flashless, but not killless. Just deal with that decoy for good measure as you can get the spike down. Again, you have so much invulnerability. Bones in front of the door presence to catch Heartless now. So ADG have very little space they need to clear right as this spike's getting planted and the Cosmic Divide is fading away. Zostal stepping in front of it just as it fades. Now trying to maintain that screen control as ADG readjusts with the final 3. Bones still on site 3 now, and Sacred's lurk has worked out for the best. 2 for him as well. And ADG keep 2 standing on the compress. Blue Otter used so much for that round, and it all comes up adrift.
Yet another round here where Blue Otter, they let all of these ultimates fly, and ADG are just do a better job at mitigating them, at keeping them at bay, really, from getting any value out of those ultimates. It's almost a heartbreaker seeing both the wall as well as Heartless using the convergent paths there, because generally speaking, those can be win condition ults. But ADG, they just backpedal. Sigurd's able to get a nasty flank in the midst of all of the chaos kind of going on there. As a result of that, ADG still in this one. 4 more rounds to send us to this OT. Blue Water's buy is not looking fantastic here. Let's see how they're going to be able to play this time. T-Dog right off the bat shoots that shock dart. Not able to find purchase on any of the members of Blue Otter. As of this time, it's going to be purely for kills before they decide to make their way in onto any of these sites.
Yeah. Allowing any easy... Hey, there was one. Heartless with the dash, too. I mean, that was blasphemous, and he still made it work.
Oh, Chaotic. So far forwards right now, but is able to escape. Look at this positioning from Zostal, though. Could punish.
And he almost does. Chaotic able to land the shot first, though, so he'll actually feel confident enough to reapproach this stack that he knows was here after the fadeaway for intel. That screen is nasty timing, dude. Swore he could have seen a foot or something.
And Chaotic gets away scot-free in the midst of all of this, and still, it's just Blue Water playing things so cautiously right now, looking for their opportunity.
Noise made, Heartless again.
30 seconds left.
And that hands a well-earned rifle over to the Waylay. Still this Bones problem to deal with, and he's been here before. It matters not. Lands 2 on those eco-fraggers. So it's even Stevens for the spike plant, which is still yet to happen, and there's 10 seconds on the clock. If ADG stall this, they might not even have to worry about a post play in the first place, and they do! Kill ready with that operator, and there was simply too much time wasted in recuperating. ADG have 3 more rounds to get this to OT and make this a 2-0, and it looks so feasible, Morks.
It really does. I mean, Heartless getting away with all of these Bucky kills is pretty ridiculous right now. But one thing I'm noticing, consistently ADG are always finding their opportunities within some of the pushes that we see Blue Otter do. Somehow there's a man just tucked a little bit away that goes completely unnoticed, whether it's Bones, whether it's Sacred, whether it's Chaotic. And that feels like that continuously is the undoing of Blue Otter. It's getting so much value every single time, not being checked. And as a result of that, like, you know, Blue Otter kind of fall flat on their attack round after round. ADG 3 rounds away now. Blue Otter, they've got weapons in their hands. This is really looking like the best chance they might get, given that they don't have any of the ultimates online and might get a few there, but ADG really controlling not only the economy, but the ultimate economy as well. Q going to be challenged potentially by Zostal, but nothing going to be done as Blue Otter, they secure that mid presence, but look how spread out ADG are.
Yeah, this just still feels so secure from them with 50 on the clock. Nothing's really been handed over. Chaotic has yet to plant himself on this window. And Blue Otter, they have gone for the B crunch before, so you would think Chaotic would not try to approach this with such minimal intel. But with the 2 duelists ready to bum rush from the archway, you can't really securely check this because you don't have a flash. You have Bob. You don't have a drone.
Hey.
You have Bob. She's got it. Bones comes from the shadows. 2 on standing, and Sacred didn't even need him.
Oh,
You're
boy.
out of your mind, dog. That was insane.
Oh boy, oh my. Oh geez.
Oh, show me again.
They just...
Sad, those 2 are vuln, but oh my god, those last 2.
The flick over is kind of unreal. Sacred doing their best Toozy impression that time. And yeah, Blue Otter are taking a time out.
Match, baby.
You know, given the fact that both these teams don't necessarily have coaches, you know, anything that they want to do, anything they want to talk about has been pretty much addressed in the middle of these rounds. But this time around, really just taking a breather, because now we're going to see Blue Otter on a save yet again. Heartless going to be the Bucky master, the Bucky maestro, if you will. Being able to try and find a couple more kills like that honestly the Bucky should not be doing. But 399 has, honestly, the world in front of him. The expectations that Blue Otter are really hoping that 399 can kind of fulfill, it's so difficult. The big thing being that there is no flashes. So we see the entry happen, Heartless flying in consistently, 399 going in, but there's no real clearance to make sure that the defending members of ADG can really hold things down. And sure, last time around on the defense, we see 399 with the operator in hand, finding immense value, so many opening kills. This time you got to walk into the enemy's headquarters, and that doesn't necessarily work if you don't have that support going through. So a new idea has to be made for Blue Otter on how they want to utilize this jet. The course Bones, let that paranoia go through, and that's a lot of people spotted out.
Wow, just keeping them stacked up there, making it so easy, even in the little moments, just making sure Blue Otter don't even have a whisper of a chance in this eco. T-Dog's been so good with these shock darts. Just take it to default, baby. Take it to default! Do it again! Oh, he didn't. Okay. No, it's the snake bite instead that lands it. Yeah, don't even look at these opponents. Get us to 12-11 right the hell now. ADG is on a warpath. A loud one.
Just leave it to the utility that time around. And you can feel the nerves oozing out of Blue Otter with how they wanted to engage on that site that time. Given the fact that they didn't necessarily have the right weapons, the value that is being generated from all of this utility, it's just unbelievable. Whether it's the shock darts, whether it's the snake bite, whether or not it's Bones' paranoia buying precious seconds to allow the rest of the agents going through. Blue Otter stumble before they even take a foot in the door. So good on this defense from ADG, suddenly looking Like, this is such a winnable 2-0 for them up against Blue Water. T-Dog so far forwards, but Chaotic holding with an operator.
Identical approach here from Blue Water, but Heartless faster on the dash this time in. Ducks back so that 399 can take over as that first tip of the spear yet again. Chaotic in the open space. T-Dog spraying down with the Odin into that open territory, and the spike is stranded. Blue Water has got to half retreat in order to even get back on this. And so the rest of them press forward. 399 grabbing that next frag. Now the knives out, flushing them away, but Sacred again! You're kidding!
Brother.
Line him up!
Overtime.
Oh, man. The individualistic play style for Blue Otter. Everyone looking like they need to be Envy, honestly, with how they want to hold forwards. You know, like, we're so used to seeing this style in VCLNA. All these people like, yeah, we just hold W key because we know we're going to be able to win our duels. And Blue Otter, they need to win those duels. But ADG just take a step back and swing off of one another and line up for Sacred to be able to find that spray down. A complete flip around here as we get to 12-12. I believe it was 9-3 in the half. The curse reigns over us yet again. And it will be Blue Water on this defense. 399 having that operator in hand. Needs to find a couple of kills to make this one happen. Make that more possible.
They had just started to unlock this attack, ADG, but Hugh trying to find that opening presser does get silenced by Heartless. And now Blue Water can completely reposition. ADG just sinking their teeth into the space that's taken off of that first frag and the lack of intel that comes afterwards. But Bones really getting ambitious with it to the point where Zostal may die mid-meditation. Oh no, instead Tuzi's found it. A 1v1. Bones wins it, turns to it in time, and makes this quite chaotic. No pun intended.
That's, once again, they're just doing a good job at navigating around. Bones threading the needle yet again in a completely unobserved position. Could find this round nice and easy. I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm
Bones
so sorry,
away.
Bones.
It's okay. Chaotic's got it under control, right? Cloudburst to reset. Of course he's gonna swing out on top of it. 399's one. We're watching the swing. Chaotic glance 3. Knives out, almost finalizes. Bob doesn't make it that easy though. And she has clutched way less than this on Breeze already. Lineups are set though for Sacred. No lineup necessary other than the one that guarantees the snake bite, but Bob's got the read on it. A buzz cut given to Sacred that'll force the double swing on top of the spike, but Bob has so little time to go for it. There's the opener. T-Dog's recon bolt guarantees the spacing and the kill. ADG from 9-3 are one round away from making this a clean 2-0.
Tedrick, I'm gonna be so real with you. I think that's because Sacred's hand in that, like, kind of like
getting ready to his hand raised up
the box, which gave the positioning away.
That's unreal.
Oh, this is silly. This is madness. This is Valorant here. As now ADG have the prime opportunity to completely pull the carpet out from underneath Blue Otter on this map. 399 going for the glass cannon op here. Has to make a play happen, but ADG have completely just taken all the momentum, taken all these rounds, and put it right into their pockets. They're looking unstoppable right now, and Blue Water are giving up so many positions to them.
Just trying to control the fights that they take at what periods they do. Sacred, first attention paid. Blue Water, causing ruckuses just about every which way. Door opened up. LOS paid to both arches. T-Dog finally beckoned and smoked back. So Blue Otter, I mean, they're even more encouraged to go for this beat crunch that they were already heavily considering.
And if you looked at how ADG set themselves up on that defense, like, you could tell it's just hoping that they'll be able to find their kill, right? So much is important on doing that because they don't have any protocols or people swinging back together, especially in those initial engagements.
On Chaotic. Oh, the backstab is coming now. Bones and Chaotic rushing it down, and Sacred has his own lineup with the help of Hugh, and they're able to hold their own on the archway too. 399 able to turn back to the backstab, but now a war on two fronts. 399's got to win both with the operator, and it's Sacred with another 3K to knock this down. It is is one of the best defensive halves we have seen from Blue Water this stage, and even then, it matters not. They will be sent down the river to relegation, and Azure Dragon Gaming live to fight another week.